This is Dania Denise, and I've got Answering a Reader Question video reply number 5. This video was asked to be made by a reader named Emily who wants to know what the height requirements, measurements, and looks are for different child models. Great question, because it is a category of modeling that's super popular, but a lot of times we tend to focus on the things like the fashion and runway, editorial, and commercial print. So the easy answer is there actually aren't any hard and fast requirements for kid models. If anything, it's nice to know that the modeling industry accepts the fact that kids come in all ages, all heights, all sizes, all ethnicities, and backgrounds. So unlike fashion and runway and the other divisions that have very specific requirements, with kid models, it's really not so much, especially when it comes to height or weight. They are not concerned if you're a size 0 or 00 or plus size or anything like that. You're a kid, you're still growing, and they understand this. So that's why kid models are always in demand, because they don't stay kids forever, just like babies don't stay babies forever. So the good news is that what you need to focus on is finding agencies that represent kid models. Sometimes that ranges from babies all the way up to teens and tweens, or they might only specifically have like a junior section, which is for the tweens and the older kids that aren't quite teenagers yet, but they're not quite little baby kids. So once you find agencies that have those requirements, those divisions, you're going to want to look at the age ranges. Sometimes they post that on the agency websites and sometimes they don't. But usually they'll have some kind of an age range that they do represent. So you want to pay attention to that. As far as your measurements, they're not, again, it's not runway. So they're not looking for a 10-year-old aspiring kid model to know what her bust measurement is or things like that. Usually it's like pant size, dress size, shirt size, very basic kind of measurements. And there's no specific criteria simply because, like I said, kids come in all shapes, ages, and sizes. And because they are continually growing, there are clients that are going to want kids at all aspects of the age range and size range. So some may want their kids to be a certain size to fit maybe clothing for a catalog, or maybe they want younger kids for that demographic, and that will have its own particular kind of size requirement. But if you're concerned about how you currently are now physically with your height and your weight and your measurements, don't be. Kid modeling is, for the most part, very straightforward. And as long as I said, like, you find the agencies that represent kid models and see what the age range requirements are, and then go ahead and submit yourself and take it from there. You don't have to worry about being not thin enough or not curvy enough or any other crazy random thoughts that may be running through your head that may cause you to think that you possibly couldn't qualify to become a kid model. Because as long as you're a kid and you're great in front of a camera and you're comfortable talking to people and working with photographers, chances are an agency is going to want to represent you, especially if you have a look that's in demand. And again, that part of the subject all goes back to your location, what market you're in, but there really aren't a lot of discriminating factors for kid models. Again, being photogenic, having a great personality, being able to perform well in front of the camera, and working well with other people, especially other professionals that are older, that's all going to be selling points for an agency. So don't set yourself up to some crazy standard, because it doesn't exist for kid models. So in that sense, enjoy being a kid, and hopefully you'll get to enjoy being a kid model too.